I'm here with Doug Webster, Vice President Service Provider Marketing at Cisco. Doug, we're hearing a lot about TV everywhere. What are the main challenges operators face when they deploy and implement these services?
Right, well, I think the challenges about rolling out TV everywhere are several-fold. The first one is, of course, the service needs to go everywhere, which means you're actually going both on the service provider's network and off it as well, even onto unmanaged networks as well. The second part is really making sure that it's a synchronized experience. You don't want these entirely discrete experiences, but you want them blended together so that you're able to keep coherency between one screen and another. And the third major challenge, I think, is making it more than just replicating the television set. You want a more integrated experience, and that brings about additional complexity, but also makes for a far more valuable experience for the consumer.
How much functionality can service providers move to the cloud, which is something we're hearing a lot about these days?
Right, I think the cloud and virtualization theme in general is going to be key throughout all of networking. But when you look at it from the video standpoint, it's important to look at both the provider, the customer, and the environment that they're in. And when you're putting something into the cloud, you need to make sure that they have the right type of network that's really going to be able to sustain it. At Cisco, we have what we refer to as a global cloud index, where we're assessing not just the speed, but the quality of broadband in countries around the world. Some environments like Singapore or South Korea or Japan, or even some areas within Europe are going to have strong enough broadband where you can put more of that functionality into the cloud, especially in developed markets. But in developing markets, you're not necessarily going to have as robust of a network, and you're going to need to have more of a distributed nature with compute out closer to the customer. So it's really going to be a balance between the two. In fact, even in very developed markets with very advanced services, like you see here with 4K running off the Cisco Videoscape, there you're also going to need some advanced computing. So the key from our standpoint is to provide enough functionality in a lot of different packages so that the provider can use it the right time for their respective market.
If you move services to the cloud, are there particular benefits that service providers can deliver in terms of service offerings?
I think when you're moving things into the cloud, you have the ability to roll out upgrades more quickly, more succinctly. One of the elements that we also have with our Videoscape platform is that we've been able to have it a very open software system. As a result, we have APIs, we're running on RDK, we're allowed third-party programmers to develop new innovative applications, and when they do that in a cloud environment, it's easier to deploy, get that time to market as fast as possible, and of course provide more value to the end user.
Another trend we hear a lot about is migration of video to IP. What do you expect to happen in terms of the pace of migration to IP, and what are the particular parameters of that?
Migration to IP is invariably going to occur. The question is more a matter of how fast and what's the right time for the right market. Even in some of the very developing markets, we're seeing a great amount of emphasis on digitization of video in general. We're dealing with tens of millions of subscribers in some of these developing markets, primarily through our Videoscape Express solution, which is really tailored to help bring about that digitization of the video content. And then from there, they're able to start moving on to other more advanced services when the time's right for their market and their business needs.
Finally, can I ask you what you're specifically highlighting here at IBC?
At IBC, we're really focused on our Videoscape Unity platform, in particular on how open and modular it is. It's open because of APIs, allowing third-party programmers to develop new innovative applications on it. We're running on RDK to have it very virtual, working well into a great deal of cloud-enabled aspects of the platform. And then we're also doing it in a modular way with Videoscape Express so that you can deploy the solution originally just to digitize the video, but then you're also able to build upon it so that you can roll out more advanced services when the time's right. This open and modular aspect provides a great deal of flexibility for providers, and we believe it's going to allow them to provide the right type of video services to their respective markets, which is a great thing for consumers like you and me, and it's a great thing for the businesses as well, which is our goal.
Sounds good. Thanks very much.
Good. Thank you, Stuart. Pleasure.